mukabate bate wewe zichanaka chete zama osamire mukabate bate ama zichanaka chete tizama osamire mukabate bate zvichaita chete zama osamire mukabate bate zvichatonaka chete zama. Someone doesn't want to stand properly, like really. Osamire mukabate bate ngati zvichanaka chete waneta nei hama wamirireiko kwawabva ndokure asara matiro wakakomberedzwa hama negorere zvapupu. Even stand properly. Rinokukurudzira rati panobudika. Hi, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining. Please write in the comment section so we can start. What did I not share to? Just hold on, guys. Hold on. I hope my network is not going to act up because it usually does. Yo. Shichanaka chiti. Waneta nei hama. Wamireiko. Kwawabva kure. Asara matiro. Wakakomberedzwa hama. Negorere zvapupu. Rinokukurudzira rati panobudika. Munhu wakarurama anowira pasi rino. Hi guys, thanks for joining. I can see you're peeping through, but write in the comment section, guys. Do say something in the comment section. Zama osamire. Hello? No, I'll call you. I'm on live stream. I'll call you soon after. Okay. All right. Thank you. Share the live, guys. I can see you peeping through, but why don't you write something in the comment section, please? I can see people hanging up there, just peeping through. But I don't want people to be peeping through. I want people to be writing something in the comment section, so then we can start talking. Mukabate bate iwewe zvichanaka chete zama usamire. Okay, welcome. Okay, I would like to start because I'm having another live in Facebook. Like I've promised my fans that I'm coming with a live today, so if I take long here, my other people are waiting in Facebook, so it's better I start. Whoever comes is gonna find this, and like I've promised, that we'll be giving you real life issues in seasons, and today we are on season 3. Season 1 and season 2 were more or less the same because we were talking about love, especially about my journey to finding love. It continued where we left from season 1. I finished it last week. Not that I finished it. It is a lifetime story because I'm still alive. So I'm still with the one that I was speaking about, and like, yeah, we were getting to experiment together, experimenting life together. Of course, there are ups and downs. I don't want to lie to you like I would portray the image to say everything is rosy. There is nothing like rosy in any relationship, in any marriage. Those who are in marriages and those who are in relationships can attest to this. There is nothing like being rosy. And hear it from me, someone who got married to a man who chased after her for 12 years. You would think that there is not even a day that you cannot be agreed, but such days are there. They are there. Comes a time when you fight, not physically. My husband is not an abuser. He has never slapped me, never slapped me, but at least fighting with words. You do fight with words, guys, because you're coming from totally different backgrounds. If you married when you're 20 and probably your husband was 25, 27, 28, it means 20 good years of your life doing things your way in your home, with your parents, with your siblings, with your elders, elder sisters, elder brothers, and what have you. So meeting someone who is 25 with their type of life, their type of doing things, there definitely will be clashes there. Like you know it is done this way, but he knows it is done this way, and that the thing, it becomes a clash. Like, so I wouldn't lie that marriage is a rosy thing. It's not a basket of roses. No, it has its ups and downs, but the most important thing is when you love each other. I'm not going to talk about love today. I was just giving a summary of what we've already spoken about in the previous seasons 1 and season 2. Today I would like to talk about something that I feel we all need to hear about it. It's, according to me, it's a very important subject that we need to hear about it, especially the youths, but everybody, even mature people, adults, they also need to hear about this topic. I've named it traits. Traits. We know a character is something that builds someone. Usually a character is difficult to unbuild. It becomes so difficult if someone has a particular character. When you try to undo it, oh, I bet you can fight. You can fight in trying to change someone's character. But a trait is a behavior. A behavior is that thing that someone is used to be doing, but it's not characterized yet. And that one can be undone. These are the things that I've brought here so that we can talk about them. We can try and undo some of the things that are bad that we do in our daily lives. Okay, and I've named them traits, which are behaviors, things that we are used to be doing. They're ugly, but we just used to be doing them. Okay, please share the live. I can see people peeping through, but they don't want to write in the comment section. But anyway, thanks for peeping through. also joining. But I would appreciate if you could share the live so that you also invite other people. Zama usamire muka ubate bate iwewe zichanaka chete zama usamire, because I don't know what's happening. Like, okay, I'll be honest, let me not say I don't know what's happening. Someone please pray for me. I really need prayer. Where I stay, I don't know who is in the habit of burning things at night, and the smoke really gets so choking. It gets so choking that every morning when I wake up, my voice is gone. Early in the morning, my voice won't be there. It will be gone. And then when time goes by, at least it starts to kind of come back. But even now, you hear me saying, I'm trying to clear my throat because I feel my throat is not okay. Like me and my husband, we've tried speaking to our mates, our resident mates. They said they don't know. And we were so confident it was them. They said they don't know. Last night we spoke to the other two guys we stay with, and this morning we spoke to the other guy who shares another door that is opposite ours, and he says he doesn't do that. It's strange, ne? I think some things are just spiritual attacks. They just need to be prayed about. We are praying about it, but also asking for anyone who cares to pray for it, because we don't know who is burning what. Maybe their neighbors, and in some places the setup is you can't cross the yard to go and speak to neighbors. I don't know if you understand or if ever you've been in such places, but this is the type of setup of a home that we stay in. It is like each one for himself and God for us all. Yeah, we can't cross. So probably it's coming from the neighbor's side, and we don't even know which side, left, right, or the ones who stay behind us. I have no idea, I have no clue. But what I know is, because usually I wake up at 12 to pray, and I wake up at 3 sometimes. Sometimes I wake up at 12 and pray, and wake up at 3 and pray. Sometimes if I miss the 12 one, I'll pray at 3. Sometimes if I miss the 3 one, I would have prayed at 12. And also I'm a social media person, so I sleep very late, very late. And last week I mentioned about my health, my condition, that I drink lots of water. At least I'm required to drink between 2.5 to 3 liters a day, so that keeps me running to the loo. And by so running, I find that the house is full of smoke. It's smoky, and this deep choking smoke that the day before yesterday, I coughed. I coughed. It was hectic. It was terrible. It was sure very uncomfortable. I coughed. I woke up. I drink water. Apparently, I'm running already, but I was trying to clear my throat because I felt like something was there and choking me. But then speaking to people around you, they say, we don't know. We don't do that. So, yeah, I think please, anyone who cares, do put us in prayer, myself and my husband, because at least my husband is a sleeper. He's a night rider. When he sleeps, he goes. And I have to take the blankets off him because he's sweating, or I have to cover him because he's feeling cold. But as for me, I'll be up and about. So we really need prayer. If anyone cares, please do uphold us in prayer. Right, let's talk about traits that we do as people. I loved this statement when someone said, there is so much that is highlighted about the girl child. A girl child must do this. A girl child must do this. A girl child. and it is an effort to please the husband. It's not bad, it's quite a good thing, because we are molding women from the girls, so that when they get married, they'll be able to deliver what they married for. They'll be able to be good wives because they are married. But I love it when someone said, in as much as it is good to put so much emphasis on the girl child, that she should do this, she should do this, how much are we doing for the boy child? How much is being done for the boy child? We're molding a girl, and she goes for marriage, fine. She's a beautiful person to stay with. She's a lovely person. She's smart. She respects the husband. She's hardworking. She doesn't sleep till 10 o'clock. She wakes up at 4 o'clock, whatever time, and she makes food for her kids. She baths her kids. She does laundry, all the house chores. We've molded her to be a good wife. But guys, what about the boy child? Very little, if not nothing at all, is being done towards the boy child. So much emphasis is all heaped on the girl child. As a result, we are finding these homes breaking. We are finding marriages full of fights every day. They need to be going for counseling. They asking for prayers. They are not moving on the same platform. The reason is because there was too much emphasis on the girl child and little, if not nothing at all, on the boy child. Time to act is now, because we need to raise both the girl child and the boy child to be good people to live in society, to be good people to be around. Straight to my point, traits. Some of the traits that are disgusting that people do, I'm going to be talking about them. I didn't write them because I have them. I'm holding them. I have them in my mind. There is this thing that I see most people doing, and it's disgusting. There are people who love poking their nostrils, even in public. I think if you watch on my shorts, my short videos, there is another small clip that I spoke about it. That really, in this day and age, you find someone in public transport poking their nose. And as if that's not enough, they poke their nose and they remove shit that is not supposed to be removed in public. And they roll it and they drop it down. Oh, come on, guys. This is 2025. I'm talking about 2025. How do you even afford to poke your nose in a taxi? You poke your nose in queue in a supermarket. When I'm talking like this, it becomes a bit weird, it becomes awkward, like I'm talking about something that is not practical. But believe you me, we see these things happening. You sit next to someone in a taxi. Okay, I'm in South Africa, they call them taxis. In Zimbabwe, they call them combis. But anyway, let me say, you sit close to someone in a public transport, and from the bus stop right through to their destination, or if they drop along the way, or if you drop along the way, you find them poking their nostrils. We do understand there is shit that needs to be taken out from there. Everybody, mucus, it is there in everybody's nose, especially if someone is flu attacked. But my point really is it the right place to be removing the shit from your nose in a public place? Traits. bad traits that we've come to address. There surely should be some place, some hidden place that you should be doing that. When you go to bath, remove the shit from your nose. When you are in your bedroom, remove the shit from your nose. When you are in the toilet, remove shit from your nose. Those are the best places to be doing that. Let me spare someone who's got flu. You've got flu and you are in a public transport, you are on the street, you are at work. Even at work, there is a bathroom that you can go. But suppose you've been attacked by flu and you're in a public place. I'm not talking of those ones. But still, even if you've got flu, the initial thing is you don't use your fingers into your nose. If you've got flu, at least carry tissue paper along with you, or the best is a handkerchief. Am I talking sense to someone? Guys, a nose is not something to be playing around with in public. I've seen people who do that. They are just used to be touching. Okay, they are not even poking their nose, but they are just used to be touching their nostrils. Okay, not even the nostrils, the nose itself. Is that the best of parts for you to be getting used to be touching in public? I doubt. A nose, you must touch it in some places. Not that I've seen people who, when they are talking to you, they are busy with their nose, just rubbing it, like rubbing. It has become a treat. They'll just be rubbing it, like they feel something around it when they do that or whatever. I don't know, but it's not the best of body parts to be touching in public. Hear me out. And I expect someone who is listening to this live stream to be getting this point, that a nose is not to be touched in public unless there is a serious something like flu. Then you have to blow your nostrils, not to poke your fingers in the nostrils. Okay, let's go down from the nose. There is a mouth, another trait that we see people doing. Chewing a gum in public. It's a bad trait. Guys, I've even seen someone giving a speech and chewing a gum. Pop. Sure. We take it for granted. We think probably maybe it's stylish. All reasons around it. Like I'm doing it for my breath. But do for your breath when you're driving, when you're in your car, when you're alone. And even the chewing part, it's not chewed in a good way. Someone is chewing a gum and they're giving a speech or they're talking to someone, they go, oh, where's the cat come from? Sure. Oh my God. 2025. Guys, let's be serious. Let's talk reality here, because I said we'll be talking about real life issues. Let's be realistic. In 2025, and you chew a gum and you're talking to someone and mwah, 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 mwah. Like I would be on live stream like now, and I bring a chewing gum. I'm talking and it's a good thing. I'm not saying don't chew gums, but you must know where to chew them, when to chew them, how to chew them. You don't just chew a gum anyway. You don't just chew a gum anyhow. You don't just chew a gum anyway. It's a very bad trait that people are moving around in public and just doing, and it just doesn't show humanity like you were not raised properly. Apparently, our parents did quite a lot on us, especially some of us. I'm the eldest in a family of six, and my mother is a pastor. My father was an elder in church. They did quite a lot on us. But when you grow up, you just choose what you want to do. And I posted a joke last time on my Facebook page. I don't know if I'll be able to say it the way it sounds, because when you're speaking in vernacular language, it gets to have a deeper meaning than when you try to translate. English is not our language. We just try. I was like, Mommy, come and see those things that you used to tell me that not in my home. As for this particular one, you do it when you are in your home, when you get to your own home. This is how our African parents were strict on us about. It means they were trying to instill behavior in us. They were trying to make us better people. But it comes a time when we feel we are mature, now we are in our own homes, we can freely do the things they were telling us not to do. And it's ugly, guys. It's ugly. Trust me, it's ugly. Like that chewing that I'm telling you, it's ugly. Chew your gum, but where are you chewing? Chew your gum, but how are you chewing? Still on the mouth. Let's talk about eating. Do you know that there are people who don't know how to eat properly? I'm sorry, I don't mean to demean, but a dog, when it is eating, or a cat, it produces sound. And you can actually know that there is a dog eating outside when you're inside, because of the sound that the dog produces. When a dog eats, it cannot close its mouth. Because it cannot close its mouth, and you still find someone today who eats without closing their mouth. They can't. Whether they've been taught or they haven't been taught. But some of these things, even if your mother missed them out, as you grow, you must learn to observe things. Like, okay, I'll give an example. The way I grew up, we grew up in a very poor family. My father was a barber, and we were six in the family. My mother once worked as a helper, uh, but it wasn't for long. And a helper is a helper. How much was she getting? So we were poor, like really poor. I'm not shy to say this because I'm not talking of something that I'm currently living in. It's something that I've gone past. And most of us have gone past such stages where parents were poor. Very few people can say we were okay. Ours was a very poor family. I remember I was a big girl, and we used to sleep in the bathroom. Our parents got a stand somewhere in some parts of Harare, and we used to the six of us, six children, eight, a family of eight, six children, and mother and father eight. We used to rent some property. Renting some property. My father is a barber. My mother is not working. Six kids are going to school. In fact, by then, four kids were going to school from a barber's salary. You see how difficult it was. Then they managed to buy a stand in some corner of Harare, and we moved there. When we moved as children, we were so excited, like moving to a new place. Like we thought our life was going to be better. We getting into our own stand. It's gonna be better, but it wasn't like that. Life was tough. I remember myself, and we were three boys in the family and three girls, me being the eldest. I remember myself and my two sisters sleeping in a bathroom that had concrete the floor was concrete. We would bath, and everybody would be forced to bath early, very early. Even if you're not going to school, you must bath very early. Why? To allow the concrete to dry, because it was our bedroom. And my three brothers were sleeping in a like a pine tree. But coming from there, my mother was strict. Sure, my mother was strict. My father is late. I mean, he's so continue to rest in peace. My father would talk. My father would talk. He would talk. He was a very soft guy, very soft. But when he would want to discipline you, he would call you. You sit by the couch. He talks. I remember one other time, my sister eloped with some boyfriend, and my mother had gone to some rural area to preach. She's always been a dedicated woman, and we're left with Papa and just the kids. So my sister eloped. I went there, I took her. I said, come back, you cannot do that, you're still underage. When she came, my father came from work. She sat her down. My father used to come home after 8 p.m. every day, Sunday to Sunday. That's how hectic his job was. So my father sat my sister down and he started to talk. He was a soft guy, like, but my daughter, what do you think about your life? When you do this at this age, do you even think of your future? This is how my father used to speak. He never used to beat. He would speak. But he would speak even for the whole night. That example I'm giving you for my sister, they spoke for the whole night. My sister, the following morning, my sister was laughing because I was going for work and she was remaining at home. She said, sis, the way Papa spoke to me last night, he spoke for half the night. And he was speaking, I would be asleep. Then I wake up, I remember, oh, I'm in a court. My father is speaking to me. And he couldn't see properly, wearing glasses for the eyes. So when my sister was sleeping, he couldn't see. He wanted to take out everything that is on his heart. That was my father. But my mother would speak, my mother would beat. She was strict, she was a strict woman. So whatever she would tell you, you would make sure to grasp it and exercise it. As poor as we were, but she was strict. That's the life that I grew up in. Meaning, having such a life, I'm compelled, like, to say, I don't know many things because my family was poor. But I tell you, I learned by observation. Thank God, they managed to send us to school, the 6 of us. I also did some course. When I was in college, I did some course, 1-year course. I graduated. I went further. Then I got a job at some diplomatic mission at some embassy. You know, coming from such a poor background, obviously there is debt in the home. But observation, when you get to this big place, you're getting to work with diplomats. You're getting to work with other people who are coming from well-off families. You must observe and see. Try and, improve on yourself. I didn't know about makeup. From that family, from the poverty of my family, who would teach you about makeup? But I learned it as I grew. I learned it as I got to associate myself with other people. Because then we got exposed to hotel meetings, we got exposed to hotel parties. And I observed. I started to improve myself. I started to know that if I wear this one and this one, it matches, but this one doesn't. If I apply lipstick like this one is, it's ugly, but this one, you observe. You cannot keep blaming your parents for things that they couldn't give you because you have got your own 5 brains. If they missed something on you, you can always improve yourself. So this is why I'm saying, guys, even these traits, you might not have been taught by your mother, you might not have been taught by your father. But as you venture into the world, you must just notice some of these things that what I'm doing is wrong. Okay. Let me talk about trait number 4. I spoke about the nose, I spoke about eating, I spoke about eating, chewing the gum. Number 4 trait. Okay, this one usually applies to men. I'm sorry if I'm crossing your gardens, if I'm stepping on your vending site, but I have to say it out because this is the topic that I've brought. This one, I can see people peeping through. Now I have about 8 people. I hope they are 8 men because this one applies to men. Guys, when we use the toilet, we must use it wisely. You think I want to talk about smartness? Yes, smartness is also involved. But I want to talk about the way we throw water in the chamber, urinating. Most men, when they use the loo, hey, if someone by the gate will know that, this one is Elizabeth's husband. It's not Elizabeth. Okay, maybe because when guys throw water, when you empty your bowels there, you do it while attending. But still, you must learn some tactic of not making noise. You will know that it is a man in the bathroom, in the toilet, because of the way they're emptying their bowel. They go Mara, why, guys? Why? Why do you make so much noise? Yeah. Why do you make so much noise? At least for women, we sit by the chamber. Someone was saying women don't make noise, but it's like a snake hissing because it goes, a woman is urinating. But it's better because we don't make noise. As for you, my guys, when you go there, even if a child is sleeping next to that room, to that toilet, they can wake up from the way you empty your bowels. Hawaii, you can align your urine with the water in the chamber, and you can also control the pressure. Suppose you can't control it, you're too pressured, but if you make that aligning that I'm talking about, it will not make such noise. Problem, I think, I'm not a man, but just I told you that I observe. I'm an observer myself. I think the problem is when you empty your bowel, you hit right in the center of the chamber, so your urine gets right in the center. The other water from the sides is splashing, your urine is splashing, and then hence the noise. Oh my guys, please, let's help each other. It's a trait that men need to change. My brothers, my fathers, my sons who may be here, change. It's a very bad trait. It's a very bad trait. And it's doable because a trait is not a behavior yet. Like I said when I started, that a behavior is something that it is grown. It is like a mountain now. It's no longer a hill. It's no longer an anthill. It is like a mountain, and it takes quite a lot to put it down. But a trait is a behavior that can still be undone, that can still be worked on. Let's work on the way we empty our bowels. Imagine your mother-in-law has visited you and her bedroom is close to you. Not even close, because the way some of you do, even someone who is by the what you call it, by the gate there, will know that you're emptying your bowel. And your mother-in-law has visited your home. Not just urine. Even when we're emptying our bowels, when we are doing number 2, especially men. Of course, women can be involved there, but especially men. You hear someone groaning like they are dying. How are guys? Guys, please, just spare us some. We need some form of dignity. Some Ubuntu, Ubuntu. They call it Ubuntu here in South Africa. Even my part of Zimbabwe, the Ndebele clan. Ubuntu, that's humanity. Where is Ubuntu in us? Someone is emptying their bowel in the toilet, and they go. Ha! Is someone slaughtering a cow? I'm with you. Is someone slaughtering a cow? Are you dying in the toilet? If you don't groan, is it not going to come? And let's be serious. This is Real Life Issues by Elizabeth Manuel on my channel, and we just better change. If I've crossed your garden, you must just change. Because, guys, even if you are constipated, if you groan like that, it doesn't mean it's gonna come. But it's not even about constipation. Some people are just used to that sound when they are inside there. They're just used to that sound. And it's something that needs to be changed. It's a trait that I've brought today that I want someone to change. Someone should promise me that after listening to this, they're going to change. And of course, you don't promise me in the chat, in writing. And I don't see anyone writing. What have I done to my screen? Does it really mean no one is writing? Or maybe it's my settings that I've put. I don't know. Maybe I'll see the chats later, but I can't see nothing. My screen is very blank, and it is long. It's unlike the lives that I've done before. I can see now I have 12 people, but 9 people. Yeah, 9. This 8 is what? And I can see an emoji like sharp. Yeah, people are 9, but I don't see any comment. Maybe I'm talking nonsense, but according to me, I'm talking sense. Still in the toilet. Yeah. You find a whole man, not just a child, not a boy, not a teenage. You find a whole man, someone's husband, taking a phone to go empty their bowel there, and they start to play videos with volume on. With volume on. If you are in Zimbabwe, we have this very popular artist called Jabris. You find someone playing Evo, in town, in the toilet. Or someone is watching these African movies, Nigerian movies, busy laughing. A whole man, someone's husband, laughing in the toilet. And you just wonder what happens, what will be happening in the mind. What will the mind be saying? Are you in a cinema? Because guys, look, let's talk. Let's talk real talk, because these are real life issues. A toilet, for starters, is a private room. It is a room of privacy, room for privacy. Actually, under normal circumstances, no one should know that you are using that room under normal circumstances. And that's the only room you can't go with your wife. It's the only room you can never use with your husband. That one is private, just like a grave. There is no way, even if you die of an accident in the same car, the same time, you're taken to the same mortuary, there is no way they will bury you in one grave. That's a toilet for you. No matter how much you love your other part, your better half, you can never use the same toilet at the same time. What does it entail? What does it speak of a toilet? It's a private room. Meaning, under normal circumstances, when you go there, nobody should know that you are there. But then when you start to groan, like really, when you go there and start to go, hey, are you in labor? That you are bringing out a child. That shit is the one that you are making noise for. Let's grow, guys. Let's grow, nah? Hey, let's grow. Let's observe out there and just know and see other things that are bad, some traits that we should just drop them and be good people to be around. Some things really, they make us boring people to be around. They make us ugly people to be around. And they don't give you food. They don't add any value on you. Without value, but you don't want to drop them. Actually, they take away value from you. This is why we're talking about them. They should be dropped. They should be dropped. Right. We are sleeping at night in our 4-bedroomed house, in our 2-bedroomed house, in our 3 rooms, in our 2 rooms. Like myself, I make runs because I drink lots of water. I have some condition that doctors told me to drink lots of water to ease the condition before it gets worse. So I drink during the day 2.5 hours, 2.5 liters to 3 liters, sometimes 4 liters. And that keeps me running to the loo. I run even at 12 o'clock, even at 3 a.m., even at 9 o'clock. Whenever it comes, I just run. Others are sleeping. My problem should not be other people's problems. So I must know that whenever I'm waking up from the bed, I'm married, I'm sleeping with someone. Probably someone is working tomorrow. Even if they're not working, they don't have to be disturbed by my problem. It is my problem. When you wake up, why do you wake up in such a manner that the person you're sleeping to will be affected, will be disturbed? If you're so careful about these traits I'm talking about, it is possible to wake up nicely, softly, so that you don't disturb the other person. Okay, you've come out of bed. The way you walk to the toilet, unless maybe you are pressed. Even if you are pressed, why do you wait for you to be pressed? Because it just doesn't start by pressing. It comes bit by bit. So when you feel that it is coming, why do you wait? Why do you procrastinate to go? So that when you come out of the bed, okay, for starters, when you leave the bed, you open all the blankets. You uncover the other person is sleeping next to you. It may not be your wife, it may not be your husband, but probably you're sleeping with someone, a sister, a brother, a friend, a relative who has visited you, and you sharing the same blankets, the same bed. Why do you uncover the other person? Okay, you've uncovered the other person, especially winter. They're struggling, they grab the blankets back. When you step on the ground, the way you walk, you're like a soldier running to the loo. Why do you make your problem to be everybody's problem? other people are sleeping in another room. The person you left in bed has nothing to do with what you're going to the loo for. So why are you making noise? Why don't we just walk out nicely? We pack ourselves, guys. It's possible to pack yourself. You can pack yourself. I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense to someone. This one for men again. But guys, you see, I told you that I have a medical condition, and may you give me a few minutes to go to the loo? I'm coming back. Don't go away. Just give me a few minutes. Otherwise, I'll mess up here and I don't want to do that. Hold on, I'm coming back. Amina still here with me? Are you there, guys? Are you there? I see 3 people. The rest have dropped. I hope they'll come back. My apologies. I have a medical condition and it requires me to be drinking lots of water, but you know, the after effects is when you drink lots of water, you keep running. So I had run. I had run, guys, but I'm back. Okay, and then this one I want to talk to men. I just have to talk it to say it out. I don't know whether we will call it a trait or what. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's a trait. This one doesn't fall under traits, but it has to be said. I messed up with my hair. But yeah, I'm fine. Let's talk about this one. I don't know how to categorize it, but I just feel I must say it out. This one is about men. When you get married to someone you know who didn't lie to you. You discussed and you said it was okay. It was okay what? That she has a baby. She has 4 kids. You said it was okay. It's you who said it was okay. But I don't know. Let me adjust my ring light. Can you see me nicely? Because this light seemed to be, I don't know. Is it okay? Can you see me, guys? Am I clear? Because the movement I did, I think I disturbed it. Am I clear? Oh, it's just that I can't see your comments. I don't know if you're writing, but I can't see your comments. But I presume I'm okay. I'm clear. You get married to a woman, to a girl who has got their children. Some even go to an extent of marrying a woman with 4 kids, with 5 kids, with 3 kids, with 2 kids, with 1 kid. Why do you, along the way, hate the child? Why do you hate the child along the way? In my culture, in my language, they say rinonyenga rinowarara, rinozosimudza musoro rawana. I'm taking tongues, I was speaking in tongues. But basically, it may not be translated word perfect, but it means when a man is proposing, he tries to be very good. He tries to be very sweet. He tries to be this person he is not. You know, he wants everybody, including the wife, to think, or to think, yeah, that he is this man, but he is not that one. He hides his heart, and the heart only protrudes when they are together. She didn't lie to you. I know of women who lie. I have a granny who passed on about a decade years ago, and she was married. She lied to the husband that I'm single. I've never been married. I don't have a child. When she had a child who was actually around 10, 11 years old, and then she taught the woman, the child, to call a mom, to call a sis, from mommy to sis, because she wanted the guy. These are very exceptional cases, but I'm talking of cases, real cases, where the woman tells you that I have my child. However the child came, whether she was married, she was raped, she was impregnated, but she tells you the truth that I have my child, or I have my kids. And you offer, you say, I love you with your kid, I love you with your kids. You marry, some even wed. You get in the home, you start staying with or without the child. Maybe the granny is left with the kid, or you take the child in and you start staying with the kid. But there comes a time that men will just change from nowhere. They just change. They become wild. They'll start to be hating the child, or start to stop support for the child. Why? It's something also that needs to be stopped. It's not healthy. It's very bad. It has to be fixed. If you wanted, oh my God, my manager, I didn't tell my manager I'm on live. How do I even speak to him? Let me try, guys. Yeah, I did. I managed. Sorry about the hiccup. I'm sorry about that. Then you start to change. You start to treat your child badly. Yeah, she has become your child. You start to treat them badly. You start to show this demarcation that this one is mine, this one is not mine. There is so much that's happening in these marriages. But why, man? Why? If you take in a woman with a child, that child automatically becomes yours. Because after all, I don't mean to be mean, There would be girls without children out there. And why did you choose here? Having the ones without children. And unfortunately, it is what it is. It's very true. It's better a woman with her child, a woman with her children, than one who is busy aborting and lies to you that I'm a virgin, I'm a girl. Okay, you will find out that she's not a virgin. Maybe, probably she will not lie that she's a virgin, but she will tell you that I've never been married, I've never had a child, I've never aborted. And she's lying to you. You would have done a good thing, justice to yourself, by taking someone with a child who is visible and she didn't lie to you. You must respect her. Why did you take them in and then, boom, you suddenly don't want them? I'm talking to men. Men will hurt me today, but I just have to say it out. I just have to say it out. Another trait that we both do as men and women is labeling parents. I don't know where it came from, but it's ugly. This story goes like, the husband came from work and he said, honey, oh, mommy has passed on. Because the husband's mother was sick and in hospital, the wife automatically thought that the mother-in-law had died. So she cried a bit. You know how women can pretend. Mama, oh, mama. And the husband said, okay, my wife, let's go for the funeral. They went in the car, they took their blankets, they went. Driving to the funeral, the husband said, and then what should we buy? You know, everyone is waiting for us. What should we buy? The wife directed the husband to a vegetable market. And she asked for money. She went, she bought several cabbage heads, the tomatoes, the onions, okra, whatever, all the vegetables, cucumbers, you name them. She went back in the car. Are we going? No, let's buy what? Let's buy bread. She bought a few loaves of bread. I'm going into the supermarket. She bought a few kgs of sugar. Are we done? Yeah, we are done. They drove off. And the wife was on the phone, I think busy telling people that my mother has died. My mother-in-law has died. Of course, probably telling her family. And they were driving. When she lifted her head, the direction the car was taking, it was to her home. And then she said, where are we going? Didn't I tell you that mommy has passed? Which mama are you talking about? Sweetheart, I'm talking about your mother. Really? Why didn't you tell me that it is my mother that you're talking about? But I said mama has died. But you were supposed to specify, because mama, the mother who is supposed to have been to have died is the one who was in hospital. Your mother. No. My mother is still in hospital. It is your mother. What happened? She was bitten by a snake. By the time they tried to what, she had died. And guess what she said? Please make a U-turn. Make a U-turn. Where are we going? I need to buy meat. I need to buy this. I need to buy this. But why? Why really? Like, for the why? Like, seriously? This is what is happening in marriages. We are labeling parents. I hate it with a passion, this thing of saying, my mother-in-law. Why can't you just call her mother? I don't know in other countries, but in Zim, your mother-in-law. There's so many jokes about mother-in-law. The other one, direct translation I'll be making here. The other one says the wife was talking to a friend, a neighbor, a friend, and say, "Hey, the helicopter has just landed." And this one, because they know the language, "Oh, when did it land?" "Ah, it landed this morning." "So tell me, what's happening?" "Ah, it is refueling." What does that mean? The helicopter is the mother-in-law. It is refueling, it is eating because it has just landed. This is what women do. Why do we label parents, guys? A mother-in-law should just be called mother. Even men, they do the same thing. I want to go home late because my mother-in-law is there. So I cannot be home early. I want to go home when she's gone to sleep. Why? Forgetting that this very same mother-in-law you're talking about is a granny to your kids. So the bond starts with you. If you don't bond with that old woman, what do you expect the kids to be doing? Because the bond, these things are spiritual, right? Let's not forget about it. These things are just spiritual. If the bonding starts with you, with your mother-in-law, your children are bound to be bonding automatically. It just happens automatically. But if you avoid going home because your mother-in-law is there these days, you want to get home when she's asleep, and you want to leave early when she's still asleep, it will just cross over to your kids. You'll find your kids not wanting your mother-in-law, and you wonder what happened. You didn't tell your kids anything. There is this spirit transference that just happens. It is there in the realm of the spirit. It just gets transferred. A mother is a mother. Whether it is the mother who birthed my husband, she is a mother. Whether he is a father who seared my husband, he is a father. She gave birth to my wife, she is a mother. She's my wife's father, he is my father. Just say father. In South Africa, they say papa. Papa has come, papa is sick, papa has died. Papa wants money, papa called. If then there is need to differentiate which papa, depending on the issue, then you can differentiate. Papa, my papa. Papa, your papa. It brings up families together. It brings up kids together. It brings about bonding between your children and your parents. You don't want your kids to be loving the other side more than the other side. And unfortunately, when that happens, usually the kids, it's normal. It's I think it is God given because it is a woman who raises kids. Let's be honest there. It is a woman who raises kids. Half the time, the kids are with the wife. So if you start to put these demarcations, these labelings, it means the kids will love your mother-in-law more than your mother. But if you just let it flow and be equal, justice prevailing, kids will just fall anyhow. If the mother-in-law comes, they fall there. If your mother comes, they fall there. If they'll just laugh both ways. I thought I had to say this. I hope I'm making sense. Oh yeah. Guys, please support me. I'm a musician. My name is Elizabeth Manyowa. I have a brother of mine who promised to help me translate my music. I know language could be a challenge to most people. Like, people are telling me that, oh, your songs are beautiful. It's just that we don't understand what you'll be singing about. So soon after this, I'll be getting hold of some brother who said there is an app or an icon on YouTube that can help me to translate my music. And so I'll have all my music translated. Like as I sing, there will be words written. I have always wanted that. I've always loved it, but I didn't know how it's done. So at least I thank God if some brother is ready to help me that way. Should we go on? Unfortunately, I can't see your comments. Guys, what did I do to my screen? This YouTube is gonna give us gray hair. Yo, I don't know. I'm just seeing myself. Not even this chat, what, this line that would be underneath the. I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing. So I just asking you whether you can see me properly or asking for any input. It's just asking a formality, but I can't see where you will be writing comments if at all you are writing. But now I can see I have 6 people. Thanks for holding on and moving with me. Can we get to the other point? Now I've lost track. I don't know which number it is because I told you I have them in my mind. I didn't write them down, but I know what I want to talk about. So I don't know which number we are on, but let's get to the other point. Before that, allow me to sing my song. This song is doing well. It's doing well. It's doing well on radio stations. And hey, guys, good news. I've always told you that I'm of Zimbabwean origin, born and bred in Zimbabwe, but I got married to this South African guy who died to have me. He died, literally died to have me. Sometimes I look myself in the mirror and like, what is it that he was seeing this guy that I can't even see myself? Have you ever been pursued after for 12 years? 12. I'm not talking of 1 year. I'm not talking of 2 years. I'm talking of 12 years. 12. 10 plus 2. 6 plus 6. 8 and 4. Someone saying, I love you. And Mena saying, I don't want. I love you. I don't love you. I love you. I don't want. God told me that. And after all, my husband, I don't know what it is called in English, but in my language, we call it chirimi. You know, these people will speak like, I love you. God told me that you are my wife. And yo, it used to. I don't even want to think about it. I would feel goosebumps, not for happiness, not for joy, but goosebumps for anger. God told me that you are my wife and I'm going to marry you. In the level of life where I was high, I was flying, I was up there. The types of cars I used to drive. And then someone who is a pedestrian comes telling me that God told him that I'm going to be his wife. And then my mother-in-law, whenever they would come to, this is what I don't like about these wigs. Sometimes my mother-in-law, when they would be coming to Zimbabwe, because our parents made friendship. My mother is a pastor. She's a founder actually. And my mother-in-law and my father-in-law are founders. They're pastors. So my mother came here some years back for some conference and they met those ones and they befriended each other. So they made vows, what, to support each other and blah, blah, blah. So whenever we would have conferences, this church from South Africa, the friend church for my sister church for my mother, would come with supportive people, pastors from here, fervent youths, you know, and those who could afford tickets, flight tickets, bus tickets, and whatnot. They would come to support our conference, and we would do the same. Whenever they had conferences, we would come here. This one, I can never finish a life without talking about my journey to finding love because it also excites me. I feel tickled when I talk about it. But it is there in the past seasons. But there we go. I know there will be new people who have not watched season 1 and season 2. So I was working in a diplomatic mission. I was there. Coming from a very poor background, how grace can take someone. A very poor background, but God just gave me a beautiful job. You know, diplomatic missions, everyone wants to be employed by embassies, and I was there and I was the highest paid, holding the highest seat, of course, among the locally recruited staff. So I was there. I was a girl. I was beautiful. I was beautiful. And I've always wanted to be smart. I knew which clothes would fit me. And I had this beautiful, irresistible body. I knew my thing. And then comes this one. He's not working. For starters, he's not working. Of course, I've always wanted a God loving man, but I never wanted to be married to a pastor. That was last on my list of priorities, a pastor. Because I had seen my mother crying with ministry. I know how it is. My mother used to cry with ministry. And she used to fast. She would hold all night prayers all by herself. So it like kind of hit me to say, yeah, ministry is something else. And I never wanted to be close to it. And they used to tell me that you'll be married to a pastor. I said, over my dead body. And this guy was a pastor. So they would come. He's not working. And my mother-in-law, the first time my mother-in-law came, she came alone because they exchanged numbers and what. Then my mother invited to come to preach at some women's conference. So she came. So she's a classic woman and she knows and loves things. So she met me for the first time. Like when the conference started, my job was hectic. I never used to have spare time. So when the conference started on a Thursday, it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, finishing on Sunday. Thursday, I didn't go because I was staying elsewhere. I'm not staying in my parents' home. I was a single mom, divorced, with my son. So I was staying with my son and my helper. So when the conference started, Thursday I wasn't there, Friday I wasn't there, and then Saturday I wasn't working. So I drove to to my mother's place. And this mother of mine, she says, according to her, when she saw me, the first time she saw me, she said, this one is going to be my Makot. Makot is daughter-in-law. This one is going to be my Makot. I love this one. And so introductions went on. This is the apostle's eldest daughter. And this is Mama what. Yo, we greeted, we laughed, not knowing that she had plans for me already. Then the last day she was going, she pulled me aside and, Liz, I've not seen your husband. Where is he? I said, Mommy, I'm sorry, I'm divorced. That's why I'm single. Oh, I'm sorry. But look what? I have a son for you. I want you to marry my son. And you are going to marry my son. And she sold the son. Sold the son. Because knowing that I'm a PK pastor's kid, of course I would love a God-fearing man. He's God-fearing. He loves God. He's a pastor. He doesn't lie. She sold the son. Guess what I bought also? I was in a relationship, but I wasn't happy in the relationship. So when I got this offer, I couldn't wait to come to South Africa to see the oversold son. The following year, it was our 10 Zimbabweans to go to South Africa for a conference, and I wanted to see the son. When she got here, she told the son that I found a wife for you in Zimbabwe. And this son was like, yeah, I've heard a lot about Zimbabwe. Yeah, wara. And the mother said, that one is different. The first time you will see her, you will love her. And like it was our turn to come. Unfortunately, for leave from my boss, it was declined and I couldn't come. This one was waiting for me. The following year was their turn, so he came. I remember quite well, it was in 2010. He came to my country, and as always, I was at work. I came when the conference was about to end. So this day I was doing dishes in the kitchen. Like I thought I was alone. It was very late, I think around 11. During a conference, you can wait till late. So I was alone and I was doing dishes. Like my mind was wild, thinking quite a lot. When I looked back, I saw him behind me. Not behind, like sideways, but from afar, in the same room, staring at me like. I panicked. I said, what? Just looking at this beautiful woman. Girl, I would like to marry you. And looking at him the way he was. And my mother-in-law, whenever they would come to Zim or whenever we would come here to South Africa, she would try her luck. she would try her best. Like, she would go in Woolworths, buy these beautiful suits, buy these beautiful perfumes. But guys, if a beautiful suit is put on someone who is not into it, it's like a suit that is hung on a doll. That's how my husband used to look like. I could see that this is an expensive perfume. I could sniff it. I could see that this is an expensive suit. But the one wearing it, he's not into it. So he used to look, to me, he used to look like a doll, a supermarket doll, that, not supermarket, a shop doll that is wearing a very, it has no breath. It doesn't know what is to be done here. What is done is done. If nobody comes to fix it, it remains like that until they close the shop. That was my husband. And that type of a person says, God told me that you're going to be my wife and I'm going to marry you. I used to run away from him, and he accumulated so many SIM cards. He would say hi. I say, who is this? He would tell me his name and I would disconnect and block. I blocked close to 150 SIM cards. But guess what? I'm here, I'm sitting in his home. I'm legally married to him. I'm married to him. I had a beautiful wedding. Yo, my wedding was beautiful. My son is 26 this year, but I married him. And I'm talking about children. I left my son in Zim because I wanted to settle down and see how the country was treat me and blah 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 blah. Because he wasn't breastfeeding. I wasn't breastfeeding. He wasn't a baby. So actually he's working in Zim. But my husband said, please, no, this is awkward. There are still jobs in South Africa. Let our son come here. So we're actually preparing for him to come here in December, if all goes well, if God permits. So some of these things we're talking here, they are real life experiences. When I'm telling men that if you marry a woman with a child or with 3 kids, with 6 kids, whatever, you commit to her. Don't change along the way. It's ugly. Even God will not bless you. It's practical. It's some life that I'm living. This guy said, God told me that you're going to be my wife. Later on, I agreed. After 12 years, I agreed. He knew I had a son. He used to bring chocolates for my son. He used to send cell phones. Like, South Africa is way better than other countries. In fact, they say South Africa is the diaspora for Africa. So life here was much better than way back in Zim. Though fine, I was financially okay because I did a beautiful job, but even things were expensive. So he used to send even cell phones, clothes. Even when I kept refusing that, you're just not my standard, you're not my class. But I'm here. I'm here, and I'm bringing my son to my home to stay with his new dad. This is love. This is why when I'm telling you that some of these things are ugly, we just have to stop them, drop the bad traits that we're clinging on to. Can I sing Zama, guys? Zama means keep trying, try harder, push harder. Even after this live, please go watch my video called Zama. It means under all odds, even when things are not looking good, even when you're financially, just, there are times when money runs away from your pocket like you've committed a sin, like you're cursed. You'd start to wonder, what is it that I've done? That money runs away from me like that. But my song says, in that situation, Zama, keep trying, push harder, strive. It shall be well. I don't just say push harder. I don't just say Zama. I say it shall be. When you hear me saying, Zichana Kachete, it means it's going to be well. So I want to speak to someone here as we drop these bad traits. Let's keep striving because it's going to be well. When I say, why are you tired? Why have you stopped? kwawabva ndokure, you've come along. Asara matiri, where you're going is shorter than where you've come from. Munhu wakarurama anowira pasi nomwe, asi achisimuka achiramba achizama. A righteous man, though a righteous man falls down 7 times, he rises. And I say he rises and tries again. Zama, strive. Usamire, don't stop. Muka ubate bate, wake up and hustle. Zichanaka chet, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I know what you're going through. Some of the things I've been through them. But I sang for you and I say, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be right. Wanetane hama, wamirire ko, kwa wapando kure, asarama teru. Wanetane hama, wamirire ko, kwa wapando kure, asarama teru. Munhu wakarurama anowira pasi runomwe, asi achisimuka achiramba achizama. Munhu wakarurama anowira pasi runomwe, asi achisimuka achiramba achizama. Ramba uchizama, ramba uchizama, ramba uchizama. Zichanaka chete, it shall be well. Ramba uchizama, ramba uchizama, ramba uchizama. Zvichaita chete. Ramba uchizama, ramba uchizama, ramba uchizama. Zvichaita chete. Should we go on, guys, or should we call it a day? Someone speak to me, and I'm afraid if I try to press something here to check if I can get comments, maybe I'll be kicked out of the live. Should I try? Joe, I don't know. I've never done such a live stream where it's me only, and not even that line for type, the bar for typing messages. I don't know where I've pressed. If someone could send me a WhatsApp, I'll see it when it pops up from there. Probably where to touch, where to press, so that I can see if someone has sent a comment or not. Should we go on? Should we go on with the bed trays that we should drop down? Let me try to go on, because I can't see whether you're commenting or not. When you are sleeping, get me right. Get me right. These are some of the things that will make you to be a better person to live with the people around you. Some people will not be able to tell you. Some with good guts may tell you, but it's not everyone who will be able to tell you. When you are sleeping, whether you're sleeping alone or you're sleeping with anyone, don't sleep on your back and lift your legs like this. I'll tell you the reason why. It may not be scientifically proven, but it is proven by experience, proven by seeing. When you sleep on your back, it's good. I'm sure for the back. I don't know scientifically what they say about sleeping on your back. But when you sleep on your back, please put your legs down, lay them down. Don't leave them like here. Because according to me, the gospel according to Elizabeth Munua is when you lift your legs here, you're opening valves. Yeah, you're opening valves. The next thing, if you sleep like that and sleep catches you and your legs, I'm not talking of elevating legs, because when you're elevating legs, you elevate them up to as much. When sleep is catching you, then you can always take them out. down, but even the elevation, if you put continental pillows, it is different from lifting your legs. Because lifting your legs like this, you're opening the valves in a human being. The next thing, you're going to be farting. Who wants to sleep with someone who farts? Okay, suppose you're sleeping alone. If you continuously fart when you are in your bed, that room, it's yours only. But do you want a room that smells badly? Because if you make it a habit that every time when you're sleeping, your legs are like this, it means every night you'll be emptying your gas. And it becomes more ugly when you're sleeping with someone. If you sleep with your wife, if you sleep with your husband, if you sleep with a child, a friend, a visitor, a sister, a brother, please lay your legs down. Don't lift them up like this, because you will fart. This is proven. Also, if you have problems with some nostrils like sinus, or if you've got flu, or just in jail, if you sleep on your back until sleep catches you, chances are you snore badly. You snore badly that the person sleeping next to you will not like it. Like I'm a good example. I don't sleep like the way others sleep. I can hear every dog barking outside. In South Africa, there are guns sometimes when it happens. Not in my home area, of course, I'm staying in an estate, but there are guns. In some locations, they speak of guns. I hear most of the things that happen during the night because, like I told you, I drink close to 3 liters every day of water. And that time when I'm supposed to be lying down is the time that it wants to come out. So I keep running. I go to the Lewis, I don't know, countless times. If someone is a remedy, they could tell me. So having said that, you don't want to sleep with someone who will feel uncomfortable. Because I'm waking up and you are busy. Brr, brr, brr. Oh, guys. Something that can be avoided. If you can avoid it, then do. Like, you've come on my live, I've told you that it is a bad trait. It's not a good one, it's a bad trait. Why don't you avoid it? Sleep properly. Sleep with the side. If you sleep like that, you with your legs up, when you feel sleep is catching you, then drop them down. Sleep with the side. Sleep with your stomach. I don't know whether it is scientifically recommended, but at least not lifting your legs like this and you start to fart in the blankets. Muno wakarurama anowera pasomwe asi achisimuka achiramba achizama ramba uchizama ramba uchizama ramba uchizama zvichanaka chete. Good things come to those that wait. Good things come to those that try, that keep trying. To men, another trait. Please treat your wife like a queen. Treat your wife like a human being. Treat your wife the way you would want her to treat you back. This one is a very simple one, but it causes a lot of discomfort, chaos in the hearts. The hearts could be fighting and the faces are smiling. You don't want that. You don't want such a home. It's a very, very simple trait that most men do, but it causes friction in the hearts. A wife who's there at home, especially if she's not working, because if she's working, probably the helper will be doing that. But especially if she's not working, she's at home. She spends the day doing house chores. The house is clean, the rooms are clean, and you are the husband, you're coming back from work. You don't wipe your feet when you're entering the home. Even when it's raining, when it's muddy outside, you just bring your shoes inside. Our guys, let's just be realistic. These are some of the things that we just have to drop. Just drop and be a better person to live around. When you enter, for starters, this is your home and this is your wife who has cleaned the house. When you enter your home, if the shoes are too dirty, why don't you take them off? Okay, you're tired, right? Okay, enter with the shoes. But why don't you wipe your shoes by the entrance? Take off the dirt from the sole of your shoes and enter your home. That's respect that a woman, even if she doesn't tell you, but she will feel indebted to respecting you. Like you think for her, you feel for her. This thing of walking from outside, like with mud on the shoes, and you just enter, it makes her to feel like she's more of a slave. You married her like for a maid. She's a helper in your own home. And you find that close to your arrival time, she'll try to tidy the room, to tidy the house, because you are coming. You must find a clean home, a clean, welcoming home. And you come, you don't even notice that it is clean. You just walk in with your dirty shoes. It's a trait, guys, that we need to drop down. I hope I'm talking sense to someone, as small as it may sound, but it's one of the things that cause friction in the hearts. If she's like me, she will tell you, because I'm outspoken. My husband knows. You can see the way I've been talking. It's what about 33 minutes, 38 minutes. I've been talking alone. I mean, that's me. And I'm actually proud about it. I have no regrets. Because I don't imitate, I don't pretend to be who I'm not. I'm outspoken. That's me. But if your wife is not outspoken, she'll just look. You bring sand from outside. And usually the people who do that, they don't, it's actually outside the parameters of their 5 brains. They don't see the ugly part of what they're doing. It's a trait that we need to drop down if we are to stay in happy families, happy homes. Can I speak of another trait that we need to drop down? How many are still waiting? How many are still with me? 8 people. Guys, where are people today? I don't see people. 8. I'm talking to 8 people. Now I'm close to 2 hours. 2 hours of talking to 8 people. Where are people today? And it's a Saturday. Okay, another trait. When bathing, please don't leave hair on the soap. It's a bad trait that we see people doing, especially if you're a visitor. We actually recommend that before you pack everything else, please pack your toothbrush, pack your toothpaste, pack your soap, pack your towel, pack your lotion, pack your perfume, pack your Vaseline. Those are must-haves when you're traveling. But especially women, they're very quick at packing clothes. That stiletto, that sneaker, this what, the jumpsuit, and they forget a toothpaste. They forget a bathing soap. Why do you give people the temptation of talking things about you? Because honestly, you cannot be asking knocking in their bedroom for a toothpaste. Suppose it's not there in the bathroom. Okay, there are cases whereby you forget, but I'm not talking about those cases. I'm talking of someone who just thinks of picking their fashion. They want to be seen where they are visiting. When you go to the mall, when you go to town, you want to be looking beautiful, but with whose soap? You're a visitor. Whose soap if you bath with? Suppose you're forgotten, or suppose you were broke and the journey has to go on, you needed to visit for whatever purposes. Then you find a soap in the bathroom. You bath and you leave hair on the soap. Guys, hair is no demarcation. Don't give people the temptation to talk about the hair that you have left on the soap, because it can be hair from the head. It can be hair from the armpits. It can be hair from the beard head. It can be hair and hair and hair. So why do you give people the temptation to talk? When you use their soap, clean off your hair and leave the soap smart, neat for the other user. Am I talking sense? Am I talking sense? Another trait. This is about visitors. I'm going to be talking about visitors and the visitees, if ever there is such English, the ones who've been visited. Guys, if you are a visitor, be a visitor. Don't try to be a visitor and a half. Don't try to be like the owner of the house. If you are a visitor, know your jurisdictions. You cannot wake up at 7 o'clock because you're used to a cup of tea at 7 a.m. in your home. This time you're not in your home, you are a visitor. Wait for the host to prepare breakfast. Okay, fine, depending on the relationship, there are such relationships where you can be free to walk into a kitchen and make a cup of tea. Like myself, if I go back home, if I go to my sister's place in Zimbabwe, if I'm used to taking a cup of coffee at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., when they are still asleep, I can walk to the kitchen and make myself a cup of coffee. But I cannot do that everywhere. It depends with the home you visited. Be a visitor. Don't try to out-visit yourself. Be a visitor if you're a visitor, and let the host do what they're supposed to do in regards to catering to hosting you. Also, if you're a visitor, especially in our African cultures, I'm not talking about white people because it can be different. Our African setups, when you are a visitor, you must know that people are going extra miles for you. They do go extra miles. Not all homes are the same. Some are well off, fine, they're financially stable, and when they're hosting you, fine, they're doing within their budget. But most African homes, when you visit, they go outside, they go extra miles. They think outside the box for you to eat. So when you see them giving these big pieces of meat, you mustn't take for granted that this is their way of life. They are going an extra mile for you because you are a visitor. What does that mean? It means you must not overstay, my darling. When you visit people's homes, depending on the nature of the visit, maybe you're an aunt and you've gone there for the child who is about to be married, and these discussions, meetings. When the whole thing is over, please pack your bags and leave. You don't want to be burdening people in their homes. Because some people even go as far as borrowing money to feed you. And still on that note, when you are a visitor, if you can, please carry something, foodstuffs, so that people will receive. When they welcome you with some groceries for you to eat, yeah, if you can. If you can't, if you have money, when you visit, please give the host some money so that they don't go extra weird extra miles in trying to feed you for the number of days you'll be there. And a tip for you as a visitor, you must know that you are still welcome when they ask you questions like, are you full? Oh, the relish was small. Did you enjoy? You're still a visitor and you're still welcome. You wake up in the morning and they will ask you, were you warm? Were you warm for the whole night? Didn't you feel cold? You're still a visitor and you're still welcome. And you're there watching television and whatever, you just relaxed, and they ask their kids not to make noise. I mean, you're still sleeping and they ask their kids not to make noise. Hey, other people are still sleeping. Guys, reduce the volume of the television. Other people are still sleeping. You're still welcome. You're still a visit. But when you find these questions stopping, sweetheart, you must pack your bags and bid farewell. If they stop asking you whether the relish is enough, whether you're full, if they stop stopping their kids from making noise because you're sleeping, when you're still welcome, they don't want you to do chores if you're a woman. They don't want. Oh, leave it. The helper will do. Leave it. I'm going to wash those dishes. No, the girls are here. They will sweep. Leave. Can you give this one your laundry? Please don't do laundry. You are still a welcome visitor. But when all that stops, please and please, I love Nigerians because they will say abego, abego. When all that stops, abego, pack your bags and leave. You are no longer a visitor. You are overstaying. Your period of stay is over. Okay. And now to the hosts. Guys, a visitor, I always like to give this example of flu. A visitor and flu are just like this. Draw 6 and 9. Draw 7 and L. That's a visitor for you. And flu. Do you know that flu, when it attacks you as much. It has got its cycle that it will attack you. If it makes you to sleep, you are feeling sick because of flu. If you must sleep because flu has attacked you, you will sleep as much. You will not sleep over a cycle of a flu unless it has got some bacteria, has some that needs antibiotics. But if it is just flu in general, it will attack you as much. It will not prolong its time. It is dramatic to be taking this flu mail to be boiling. I'm talking like an African, and I'm sure most Africans, the people that are here, most of them are Africans. It's just being dramatic to be taking guava leaves, boiling, they say a pinch of salt, a quarter teaspoon of oil. You put Vicks, you put salt, you put what, and you drink. It is for flu, to cure flu. If it is just flu nje, it will go after its own cycle. You don't have to struggle. Even if it is painful, but as long as it is flu, just flu nje, it will go after its cycle. That's a visitor for you. A visitor might have come to facilitate the marriage of your child. A visitor might have come to console you after losing a dear one. A visitor might have come just to see you because I can just decide to go and see my brother and his wife. It is family, so I've just come to see them. But I'm not going to stay there for a year. That's not visiting. I'm not going to stay there permanently because I also have my home. When I leave my home, it also misses me. I have a husband to take care of. So I can never go to Zimbabwe to visit and I'll stay there until I, it's not an indefinite period that I should stay there because I'm a visitor. So hosts, you must always learn that a visitor has come just for a short period of time and they will go. So why don't you try to be nice during that short period of time, because they are going anyway. You find a host fighting with a visitor, a host being mean to a visitor. And if you notice that visitors, in most cases, they are people who are close, who are within our circles. If it is a friend, it is a distant visitor. But most visitors, it is my aunt, it is my uncle, it is my sister's what, it is my brother's daughter, son, it is my what, it is my what. So if you are mean to that person, do you know that those people within that circle, you will meet one of these days at functions, family functions, be it a funeral, a graduation party, be it a wedding, in the rural areas when the family gathers. So if you're mean with that visitor, how will it feel when you meet in the rural areas with the person you were mean with in your home? They may have come from the rural areas. They are stinky. Stinking like stinking. We know, because of the facilities, because of finances, they're financially down, they don't have money, they may not be educated, they may be looking ugly, but they've come to visit you. If we start to be mean with them, we spray whenever they move. When they leave the bathroom, it may be smelling. Yeah, it may be smelling. But you go there, you clean the tub like with an attitude, and you spray in such a way that they can see that it is being done against them. It's not bad to spray. Even when they leave the bathroom, they leave the toilet, they see the spray there, but probably they don't know the spray, what it is for. So when they leave, you may be compelled to spray, but it is the attitude, it is how you do it. You don't want them to go back to the rural area and say you are a mean person. One of these beautiful days, you find yourself in their home, in the rural home, and you expect them to be nice with you. When they visited you in your home, in this palace in town, and you ill-treated them, you mistreated them, why can't you enjoy staying with a visitor? Because they will go anyway, just like flu. There is no way it's going to be permanent when it attacks you. When it is completed its course, when it is completed what it has come for, just to strike you down, it will strike you as much and it will go. Why don't we have this endurance to embrace them in their ignorance? From rural homes, they've come to your home, they don't even know how to switch on the stove. You have a water dispenser, they don't know how to operate. You find them pressing the wrong button. Maybe they want cold water and they are bringing out hot water. Why don't you enjoy and teach them just for that 1 week? Let's say they've stayed there for 1 month, depending on the nature of the visit, the purpose of the visit. Why don't you enjoy in just 1 month, in 2 weeks, for those 3 weeks only? Okay, for 2 months, why can't you enjoy, knowing that they will go anyway after their mission is completed? I don't know whether it's a trait or it's a character, but whatever it is, guys, we need to learn to treat visitors with respect. You find others even complaining that they are waking up late because you have rules in your home. Your rule is like everyone by 7 should be up the bed. This is what you teach your children. This is what your helper knows. But this one is a visitor. Why do you complain about the time they wake up? And why don't you just accommodate them? Like, you wake up, you make breakfast for them earlier, a bit earlier than your time. You serve lunch a bit earlier than your time. You serve supper a bit earlier than your time, than to wait for them to be hungry. It's a bad trait that we do, mistreating visitors who are not permanent. And most of them, like someone who knows how to travel from the rural area or from another city to come to your place, they are not kids, they are adults who can be watching, observing, judging, grumbling, making decisions. That this one, especially aunties and sister-in-laws, mother-in-laws and daughters-in-laws, when the mother-in-law comes from the village and she visits you, the treatment that you give her. And you know, she will be going anyway, guys. She has not come to stay. Like, especially these mother-in-laws, they don't want to be there with their villages. To just even propose to say, Mommy, we want to stay with you. Hey, she doesn't want. Even when she comes, maybe she has come for a hospital appointment. When she feels she has to go back, she wants to go back. It may be the son will be saying, Mommy, wait a bit. Hey, wait a bit, or maybe wait until I get paid, or please, you need to rest. But as for you as a woman, hey, you'd wanting her to go. Especially from the doctor's appointment, you'd wanting her to go. Why can't you enjoy? Because she's a visitor. And it is the treatment that you're giving her now that is going to make up or break up your relationship with her. If I've spoken sense, guys, sure. Is it 2 hours? Guys, we will get talk. Look. Anyway, myself, I'm not just a woman, I'm an evangelist. I evangelize through singing, through music. I also evangelize through preaching. So this comes along with the talking, because you can never sing and be a quiet person. You can never be a musician and be a quiet person. Because the things that we sing, guys, we just create from zero, from nowhere. Like myself, I sing like from surroundings. If I things surrounding me, I can make up a song. From past experiences, personal experiences, I can make up a song. From the Word of God, if I'm studying the Word of God, if I'm meditating on the Word of God, I can bring out a song. From a sermon, if someone is preaching, I can make up a song. If I look at you, I can make up a song. So talking is part of it. And I'm also a preacher. So, preaching, you have to be talking. You can preach for an hour talking. So I'm not even surprised. I think I'm done today, guys. I still have to go to Facebook. I promised them a Facebook Live, but I think I'm going to be speaking about the same things. And my husband will be coming very soon. I haven't started cooking. Social media is something else. It's so challenging. You are torn in between. You've got this year, you've got this year, you are in between. And this is equally important like this one, and you are there, like in the middle of a rock. You're stuck there, and this is me, this is my life. But the good thing is I enjoy it. I just enjoy it. I enjoy myself when I'm doing this. So yeah, my Facebook page is Mavic/Elizabeth Manua. Please do join me. Let's support each other. Let's support each other. I know you've got Facebook pages. Mavic is Mavic. Ma standing for Mama. I have one son. Thank God He gave me one son. I'm not complaining. I'm actually grateful that at least I got a son. because I know there is someone out there who is looking for it. Oh, that reminds me, yo, guys, I had a friend, she passed on. I had a friend, a very good friend of mine, we were buddies. A story. Oh. Early days when she used to tell me about the story, she would laugh. And it was like, it's not adding up. The type of the story and the laughter, they just don't add up. Because when one tells you such a story, they're supposed to be crying. But then I got to know that it is how she deals with her emotions. Like some people, when they are very angry, they break, especially white people, they break glasses, they break ceramic plates. It's their way of dealing with the anger. And some people, when they're very angry, they go out to shop. They do shopping. They dress up, wear their best of clothes, then they go to spend money. It's their way of dealing with their whatever precious anger. And this friend of mine, whenever she used to tell me that story, she would laugh and cry. The cry of laughter. Like she was married, the husband was married, they married at very tender ages according to her. Their wedding was beautiful because they both had money. There are people out there who were married, guys. They were so married that they had 4 cars in their garage. The other car was for the wife, the other car was for the husband. The other car, according to them, they had bought a car for their would-be child. Their would-be child. And the other car was a spare car. They had 2 houses. The other house was for both of them. The other house was for a future child. That's other people. And they had, is it 2-3 farms that were actually operational, and they were both working. She was an accountant, the husband was a lawyer, an attorney. So bad, she said, Lisbeth, when I first got married to my husband, we agreed that we wanted to do ABC, so we're not ready for pregnancy. And like they agreed, they stayed, I don't know for how long. Then the time they wanted a baby, they tried. She said, my friend, there is nothing that we didn't try. We tried everything. Thank God they were Christians. The husband, like, just recently remarried because the wife died about when? 20, 20, 2015, 20, 2014, 15, 16, somewhere there. That's when the wife, my friend, died. But the husband just got married recently. So she said, we then tried for a baby. As many people, there is nothing that we didn't do. We went to doctors, we had tests. Everything was okay. You know, this thing that everything is okay. The husband got tested, he was okay. The wife got tested, everything was okay, just like everything. But they couldn't conceive. She said, I started to pray to God. Like they would pray together with the husband, and she would have her selected times for prayer, and she used to pray. And this prayer that like hit me, she said, Liz, I prayed everything. I told God everything about wanting a child until I told God that, God, give me anything, even any form of a child, as long as it is a child. Even a lame, a child who is handicapped, as long as that thing is a child. And whenever she would be saying, she would be narrating a story, she would be laughing, and she would laugh like till she cries of laughter, not of pain. And she said, Liz, some of these things that we ask for from God, we don't know them, because God answers prayers. He answers, and sometimes He gives us what we would have requested. She said, I gave birth to my first child after trying so many times, after trying for so many years, after doing everything except going to Sangomas, you know, these witch doctors. She said, I gave birth to a thing. That thing was not a child. She said the thing had teeth. When it started, the teeth started to come out. The teeth were like open, and they were open and separated like. She said when the first tooth started to come, it started from the bottom, and it grew. It was one. It grew like it protruded the mouth, and the rest of the teeth followed, and they were like that. And she said the upper teeth were like this. Then when the lower teeth came out, they were like this. So the child couldn't close its mouth. She said the thing was just scary, and it had no shape, and you wouldn't know how to hold it because it was like an embryo with all the hands, with all both legs, but it was like an embryo, like an egg. You wouldn't be able to hold it. She said, I tell you, I used to be scared to breastfeed my child, to an extent that when it would cry, I would feel scared to go to the bed to breastfeed my child. Because of the prayers that we sometimes do. And she said, anyway, God did what he did, the child died. And she said, when the child died, I didn't cry. Rather, I was thanking God. She said, my mother used to come, like, I would call her to say, Mama, I just feel overwhelmed. The whole thing is just not adding up. And the mother would come. But even the mother, you could see that she's trying to act strong, but she was also scared of the thing. And doctors were saying, we don't know, but this is your child. So why I said this is because I spoke about my son, that I have one son. I'm not complaining. I'm grateful to God that at least I have a son. Guys, I'll talk for the whole night. Goodbye. Love you. Thanks for joining my live. Let's meet again next Saturday. I'll be here. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so.